Well, hello there, and welcome to another episode of Ginger Force Apocalypse, the podcast. I'm Britt Rochelle,
I'm Muffin.
and we talk a lot about gaming industry issues. I think you definitely heard at least once or twice, if not a million times, us going, fuck Nintendo, or, yeah. But it's not just Nintendo, there's problems all across the gaming industry. And I found an article that kind of spells it out. Again, I don't agree with everything in the article, but that's what this podcast is about, is us, figuring it out. You ready for this, Muffin?
Yes, for the second time.
Yay! I just had to double check, I don't always perceive everything correctly. No, you're good. Anyway, so, alright, we got gaming industry issues, y'all. Let's go. This was posted 2 years ago, so this is not a new article. But it spells things out quite concisely, or at least as concisely as we need to. And
it's new to us. That's all that matters.
It's new to us, exactly. So let's go through it and see what's changed, if anything. Okay, so according to this, in just a few decades, the gaming business has expanded tremendously. This is true. It has become a significant part of modern culture, captivating millions of players worldwide with immersive experiences and cutting-edge technologies. As we enter 2023, the gaming industry faces many challenges, each demanding attention and innovation. Among these challenges, one problem looms larger than the others, threatening the very foundation of the gaming world. However, with the momentum of change building, the industry has the opportunity to evolve and thrive, much like the innovative solutions offered by... Okay, this is obviously sponsored. I'm not reading the rest of that. You can read it. Hence, the game developers can create customized accessibility features such as personalized navigation assistance or tailored gameplay experiences for players with disabilities. The API's capabilities can be harnessed to make gaming environments more inclusive and accommodating for a wider range of players. Now, before we delve into its solution, let's look at several challenges that the gaming industry has or will face today and in the future. See, this is where it already gets off to a bad start for me, and this may be contentious, but that's what we're here to talk about. The ever-persistent issue of inclusivity. The most significant problem facing the gaming industry in 2023 is the persistent issue of inclusivity. Despite the industry's remarkable progress in recent years, it still needs to work on diversity and representation across various aspects. Representation of gender, ethnicity, and physical abilities in games, as well as within development workforce, continues to be a pressing concern. Many players feel excluded and disconnected from the gaming world without proper representation, leading to a less enriching and immersive experience. Off the get, what are your thoughts?
Yeah. This is fully biased, and I already know who this is from.
Oh, is this an Anita original or?
No, this is an Alphabet Mafia special.
Oh no, this 100% is, which once upon a
not everything needs that inclusivity.
I completely agree. It's the same issue I have with Retail WoW including a Pride event. Because it's almost like they've got more important issues in the World of Warcraft. Like the Scourge, which, if you don't know, is a freaking plague that was unleashed. Like, it's a literal... I don't mean, like, a figurative plague. I mean a literal, like, poison plague. I don't remember if this was... I'm really bad with the lore. I don't remember if this was under the influence of the Lich King or not. I think it was, but it's basically the source of the undead race, and they're trying to bring it back and take over. I think, and that's just one of the issues. Again, there's actually a lot of, turmoil. It's almost like it's world of, wait for it, Warcraft. You know what I mean? And the whole thing, if you're feeling excluded as a gamer, in my opinion, that just means you're not playing a whole lot of video games. Because even back to the 80s, there have been games that include stuff like this. Sure, some people are not happy with the representation. I know I've seen, I've even seen some discourse online about Final Fantasy VII, because I think there's a scene, where Cloud has to dress in drag to go undercover at this club or something, and it's played off as a joke, which, even that, they kind of rewrite it in the remake from what I understand, so that it's Cloud more embracing like an aspect of his personality or something, but the fact that it's not an inclusivity problem is what's being presented here. It's my roundabout way of processing this, but this is not an inclusivity issue. This is a I am upset when not about me issue. Like, the fact that a guy might be embarrassed because he has to dress up in women's clothing to infiltrate and go undercover, the fact that it might be embarrassing or he might get made fun of is not allowed. Or God forbid, there's, again, bigger issues at play. Like, it would... Okay, so GTA 5. The scene where Michael has to... Well, I'm just going to say it. The one where Michael has to go rescue his daughter from creeps on a yacht because she foolishly joined them thinking it's going to make her rich and famous. That would be much more poignant if they pointed out somewhere in there that she was a lesbian, right?
Mm-hmm.
And again, I'm not saying there's not a place for this stuff in games. You've got Stardew Valley and stuff like that where you can... Or literally, again, there's a dating sim for this, literally called Date Everything. And again, my overwhelmingly positive reviews quickly turned mixed because of some inconsistencies in the narrative, but overall, the representation still exists. And again, I know this was released in 2023. Date Everything did not get released until last year. But Dream Daddy existed, guys. Like, dating sims exist. If you don't want to play Duke Nukem and feel challenged, there are other games for you. If you don't want to play World of Warcraft, if you don't want to play Destiny, there are so many other games. Just so many. Anyways, next, gender disparities and stereotypes. Gender disparities in gaming persist, with women often facing harassment, discrimination, and exclusion. Female gamers are frequently subject to toxic behavior within gaming communities, which detracts from their gaming experience and discourages others from participating. Moreover, portraying female characters in games often reinforces harmful stereotypes and objectification, further perpetuating gender inequality. What's that Anita Sarkeesian quote? This is all just oh no, that wasn't even Anita, that was some other BuzzFeed chick. But, this is...
Why I f***ing hate video games. Because this is what it does. It appeals to, like, the male fantasy.
I wish it would just show... I've seen so many things, like, games like GTA featuring gun violence, just chopping down trees in Minecraft. In Turtle WoW, you can chop down trees as a new survival skill. Like, so many games... Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. And even... Tomb Raider, I'm just gonna say it, Tomb Raider was cooler when dudes were designing her. Because they believed that a woman could dual-wield pistols and raid tombs and be, an archaeologist. And literally, I think my biggest complaint about the new Tomb Raider isn't just that you only get her dual pistols at the very end, which, again, as an origin story, that's fine. I guess. Except for the part where she spends the whole game going, I don't know, I know I just, ziplined with my little hatchet thing, and I killed, 20 guys, but, I just don't know if I can be like my father. I literally just got done, committing a mass murder and destroying a tomb. In the game, she says, I hate tombs. They nerfed her personality. They made her... Mary Sue is the best way I could think about it. It's literally guys, I don't know if I can just, shoot this guy in the face 20 times. What fantasy does that appeal to for women? That we can't be confident in our physical or mental abilities? We always have to be insecure about it? That seems to be something that women have been trying to actively fight against. But instead of trying to make ourselves a little, stronger-minded or willed, we have to nerf everybody else, which in turn nerfs us. And that's just something I've had a problem with for a while when it came to gaming. Because at least for me, when I was a youngster, trying to be accepted as a wannabe girl gamer, because I didn't play a lot of video games. I played as many as I had access to. But, we like to point out, my personal repertoire doesn't, go that far in many cases. But if someone, say, even in like a foot race, whether it be a video game, a foot race, flag football, if some guy let me win because I was a girl, that pissed me off. I'm like, don't let me win. Let me lose. If I lose, let me lose fairly. If I win, let me win fairly. Let me see what I have to measure up to. Don't nerf yourself for me, because that itself is just insulting. Like, I didn't have the term nerf when I was a lass, but it's basically the same. Whatever the 2002 version of that is. You know what I mean?
The only reason I'd ever let a girl win is if I would, if we were going to have fun afterwards. That's it.
The stuff you put up with, though, like, you hate musicals and you saw Wicked, 3 times to get some booty?
Yeah. And it wasn't even booty.
I know, but I'm not going to get into specifics. Booty is good enough. Unless you want me to...
It was definitely good enough. Obviously, 3 times,
Right. Better be good enough for 3 times. Alright, ethnic and cultural representation is another area the gaming industry struggles to balance. Many games feature stereotypical depictions of different cultures, or result to cultural appropriation, undermining the richness and diversity of our world. This lack of authentic representation can alienate players from marginalized communities and hinders the potential for fostering cross-cultural understanding through gaming experiences. Now, this is a newer game. I think last year, South of Midnight wasn't actually... I haven't played it yet. Again, go figure, I haven't played it yet. But I have it. It's on Xbox. But I remember being quite enthusiastic about this game because this is one I can actually kind of get behind. In terms, a lot of games feeling very samey in terms of gameplay or storyline. But the game that was released last year, South of Midnight, does play into more, forgive me if I'm using the wrong term, but like Creole type legends and, more southern kind of aspects of mysticism that aren't often explored. So that I thought, it's like, I akin it to something like Steven Universe. Rebecca Sugar thought that cartoons weren't exploring some topics that, maybe should be explored or could be explored in a fun, age-appropriate way. And so she made Steven Universe. Instead of bitching about it, she just made her own damn thing. Instead of complaining, hey, my Creole mysticism isn't being represented enough in gaming, they made a game about it, and it looks really cool, and I really should play it. And a lot of, especially in classic games, so ethnic and cultural representation, so to speak, a lot of other cultures are often made the enemy or the bad guys, so to speak. Which, again, could be fair, could be not. They kind of did it in the new Tomb Raider, except it was a bunch of white guys. So again, I don't know what that was. The Tomb Raider remaster or reinvented, whatever you want to call it, is pretty much just friggin' Lara Croft killing white guys for 6 hours. So this one I could understand a bit more, but I guess the idea of gaming, the way I understand it, isn't for you to see yourself in gaming. It's to put yourself in the shoes of someone else. Like when I'm playing, when I'm playing Grand Theft Auto, I'm not thinking this meth head should be more like me. This doesn't represent me. I'm thinking, oh my god, is this what it's like? I don't know, but I'm having fun. Like, I now have an inkling of what it's like being a middle-aged man doing yoga. Good for me.
Yoga's always fun.
I like yoga. Like, I have never been, and I will never be, a middle-aged man. It's not gonna happen. And it's,
You know, Brittany, you're right. Even with the wide, amount of stories that are out there, you will never be.
I won't, and I agonize over this every day that I'll never be a middle-aged
You
man.
just keel over in pain, like that one scene from Adventure Time where Jake is just, no!
Exactly. That's just my lot in life. I'll always be a woman. And even when I'm middle-aged, I'll still be a woman.
Oh no.
What
a shame.
God forbid. But that's where I kind of stand on it. If you want to see yourself in a video game, and you don't in any game you've played, you need to look a little harder, for one. I'll also never be a conqueror, I always do that to myself. I ruin my own point and punchline. I will never be an alcoholic squirrel, but I still love Conker's Bad Fur Day. But if you don't see yourself in gaming, and you want to, you either need to look a little harder, or if a game that truly represents you just doesn't exist, crowdfund it, figure out how to make it, or again, I don't know how to program a video game, but I can write stories, I'm not going to say draw comics because I can't, I'm not good at drawing, but there's other avenues to be explored. You can figure it out, or, because that's making an issue an ish-me, and I'm not about that, and a lot of game companies, I would say, aren't about that either, but there's a lot more indie gamers out there, so again, at this point, you just need to look it up or go into a Reddit forum or something. There's so much out there now.
I'll just play Crimson Desert, it's fine.
Isn't that the one you can yeet children, or am I wrong on that?
Yes, you can beat children, and it is 100% against everything.
Okay.
It's my new favorite game, and it's only worth $70.
It's $70?
Yeah.
That's expensive. I mean, it's on par for games nowadays.
Like, I'm currently looking at it right now.
I'm just saying.
On Steam.
If you always... maybe video game... in terms of representation, it's thought of another good point. I know I've been talking about him a lot, but as much as he's such an unlikable character by design, and what makes me like him so much. I just finally unlocked Trevor in GTA 5. I don't ever aspire to be a violent meth head. I don't want to... I don't want to be a drug lord. I don't want to unalive people. I really just don't. But sometimes, like, you get aggressive feelings. And you really should not take those out in real life. But you know what you can do? Go into a video game and do it there. I'm not going to steal a car IRL, but I will, I'll get the cops called on me 20 million times in GTA. Except for the fact that's my least favorite mechanic, because it's so hard to... Well, it's not hard to lose them, it's just annoying. But it's a waste of time, so I just try to avoid the cops. But...
If I really had to, I would definitely murk some people.
You...
Like, 100%.
100%. Hey, sometimes...
If needed, I would murk them.
You gotta do what you gotta do. I can't say that I would. I've got a different way of dealing with that. A lot of it's avoidance, so that's an ish me. But yeah, so that's that on that. I'm just saying, you should not aspire to do illegal drugs. So I'm just gonna put that PSA out there right now. Don't aspire to do that. That whole community, if you can call it that, is just so bad. So just don't do it, kids. Not that y'all know what I mean. Alright. Accessibility for players with disabilities. Despite some improvements, the gaming industry still faces challenges in providing adequate accessibility for players with disabilities. Many games lack proper support for different assistive technologies, making it difficult or impossible for players with disabilities to enjoy gaming fully. By not addressing these concerns, the industry alienates a substantial portion of potential gamers, denying them the opportunity to participate fully in this form of entertainment. Oh, you look happy. So, before I get into it, because again, I just went on my little soapbox, I want to know what you think about that section, the accessibilities for players with disabilities.
I mean, players with disabilities have their own accessibilities, like Microsoft has the, I'm gonna call it the paraplegic pad. It's literally just a giant rectangle that has like haptic buttons.
Okay.
That you're just,
Oh, that's nice.
They have that for, hold on.
Yeah, when did that come out too? Because this article came out 3 years ago, but that sounds like it's been around for a minute. Okay, you smell like... I don't know what you smell like.
It is the adaptive controller for the Xbox and PC.
Okay.
It's just, like I said, it's about the size of a keyboard, and it's just 2 giant circles.
That's awesome.
And then it's got a massive D-pad on the left side.
When was that?
Everything... Yeah. Go ahead.
I was wondering if you know when that was released.
I don't see when it was released.
That's okay. I'm just trying to gauge that. I can look it up too. Xbox, was it Exobox?
Adaptive controller.
Adaptive controller. Release. Let's see if we can find this. Let's see. Yep, this is Yep, I see it. This is the one you were talking about.
Yeah. It's $100.
That's not bad for that kind of specialized equipment. I'm just gonna say it. It was released September 4th, 2018. So, I guess that's where, again, I don't want to discourage or disparage, people with disabilities from playing games, because they really, in a lot of ways they really should be able to, especially. You're not gonna, if you're in a wheelchair, right? So use that experience that you are not likely or ever going to be drafted into the NFL. It's not going to happen.
Correct.
But you can do when you're in a wheelchair is, you can play any of the EA Sports NFL games that have come out in the last 20 plus years. And you can still play football for the NFL. It just won't be, playing football for the NFL. It's the virtual experience that you kind of get. You get to still have football fun, is my point. Now, that's just one very easy example. It gets more complicated because they're clearly not talking about that because their motor functions are still fine in this example. They just, can't walk. That haptic controller or that adaptive controller is more so those who their motor functions are not as fine-tuned due to some mental or physical disability. Again, like I mentioned, you could be in a wheelchair. Well, some people in wheelchairs are quadriplegics and are paralyzed from the neck down, so how are you going to play?
Yeah, so that's where the quad stick FPS game controller comes in.
Yes, so there have been a lot of strides made to make these things more inclusive because, again, just because your body doesn't work the way it should doesn't mean your brain doesn't. So maybe you do have, a desire to, oh God, I just want to play the new GTA. And, you can't physically hold the controller or, again, your motor functions are all screwy. You do have adaptabilities for that. So I do find it interesting they chalk this up to one little paragraph. I wish they would be more specific because I would like to know what specific disabled communities are not being catered to. And I know that sounds like a challenge, and it kind of is. It's also just a genuine curiosity because I'm sure there are lots of people that want to play video games that can't for one reason or another. And even mental processing, even was it? I don't remember if Doom Eternal did, but I know Doom: The Dark Ages they put in their accessibility features in game where instead of run around super fast, which you can make it super fast, but you can also like slow down the movement speed of the Doomslayer. You can slow down the movement speed of the demons. You can just adjust the challenge rating. I don't know if I should look at that while we're on stream, so I'll look at it later. But yeah.
It's a good choice.
Okay. So it's all just so interesting to me. Again, this was written 3 years ago. There might be a follow-up to this. I don't think there is. I wish this person would write a follow-up with more specifics, because I think the reason I picked this article when I was looking into this kind of stuff, because I knew Muffin would have opinions on it, and I like when I'm not just rambling. I feel like I babble a lot, and that's okay. But it's just so generalized when each of these topics could be its own essay, or at least a few paragraphs, and it's just so overgeneralized that it's meant for people to read and not look into further. You're just supposed to read this and go, girls get too much flack when they play video games. This is so true, and we're not represented right. Like, without thinking about the numerous female protagonists in video games. Like Samus, Lara Croft, Princess Peach. Like, there's... Oh, who else? There's so many. But it's just a lot. Actually, that female protagonist in GTA 6 looks pretty kick-ass. I rewatched that trailer after we did GFAP last time, and oh my god.
Yeah.
Again, the hype is real, especially now that I've actually played a GTA game, and again, it's probably not coming out for like 6 years, so it's gonna get delayed.
Hey now. Give them time. They've only delayed it 3 times.
True, it's supposed to be coming out this November,
since
right?
this year.
It's supposed to be coming out in November, right? They haven't changed it yet?
I'm looking at... Well, no, because they changed it again.
Oh, did they? I thought that was a rumor. Oh,
Yes.
no. When did they change it to?
Pair of delays, though, pushed that to November 19 of 2026. The last one that I saw was it pushed it back to December.
So what I'm hearing... Well, there's a lot of content in GTA 5, so I might be able to... probably not finish GTA 5, but... get pretty far into it before 6 comes out, but I do want to play the other games. I'm sure I think I have a copy of San Andreas. But I don't know. I'll have to check. No, Oakley, don't get to chew on my bracelet as much as you really, really want to. He loves quality time with me. This is just... Hey, Wendell, what's up?
This doesn't make sense at all now.
What? What do you mean?
If you go to rockstargames.com, their Newswire articles says Grand Theft Auto 6 is now coming May 26th of this year.
Did they push it back? Did they push it back up to its original release, or did they just not update their website?
No, that was just a different... That was an earlier...
Oh, okay.
Earlier article.
Oh, okay.
November 6th of 25.
November 6th.
We're sorry for adding additional time. We want to thank you for your patience and support. While the wait is longer, we are incredibly excited for players to experience the sprawling state of Leonida. Hope I said that right. And the return of the modern-day Vice City.
I'm excited.
It's Vice City.
But HD.
There's no reason it should be taking this long.
It's Vice City, the HD 2.5 megabits. I wish they would do that like Kingdom Hearts did. Like, just re-release it a million times with longer titles. Oh my god. I'll pin that thought for later. It's not relevant. Okay. Inclusive workforce and development practices. Inclusivity is not just about representation within the games themselves, but also about creating an inclusive workforce. Diversity within game development teams can lead to more innovative and inclusive game design, reflecting broader perspectives and experiences. The gaming industry must actively work towards breaking down barriers and fostering an environment where underrepresented groups can thrive and contribute their unique ideas.
A lot of unique ideas are shot down by the corporate.
Yeah.
Like, Heads. And they do that because they don't see any money in it.
And this is where, again, case in point, Rebecca Sugar, if you, unlike me, say I had a great idea for a game, best idea ever. I don't know how to put it together, but let's say I was like a game developer. I went to college for it, knew the ins and outs. I knew everything about game design, development, and distribution. And no game company would hire me. Or even if they did hire me, they would never even pitch my idea, or if they did, it always got shot down. This is where...
Sucks for you.
It does suck for me, but hear me out. Again, Rebecca Sugar is kind of my guiding beacon of light in this case, because, you could, let's say I had all those skills and that was my experience, you know what I could do that's not trying to cater to a corporation? It's called I can make the game my damn self. Or...
Oh, that's not where I thought you were going.
Or start my own or again, there's been a rise of indie game developers, which I love. I actually really like that. As fun as the console wars were, and still are, I like that we've seen a rise of more indie developed games, and it's not just Sony, Xbox, Nintendo, Sega, Atari. Like, it's not just 5 big companies. It is thousands. Like, is the market a bit saturated because of it? Sure. But that's kind of the point. You're supposed to be able to make your own stuff and find your audience for it. If your game just doesn't find an audience, at least you tried. And you didn't just keyboard warrior your way into bitching about it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I love the rise in indie developers. Like, even Pocket Pair, I think... Pal World was their first game, wasn't it? Like,
I think so.
Like, I'm sure the employees leading up to it had... I'm sure there's usually a lot of false starts when it comes to something big like that. It usually doesn't happen overnight, even if it's not, as they call it, like an industry plant, which doesn't happen as often in the gaming industry, to my knowledge. It's normally like a music and a more music and film kind of situation. But in gaming, there's gonna be a lot of false starts, a lot of games that don't get developed, that get shelved, ideas that don't come to fruition. That happens whether or not you're an indie developer. So when an indie game takes off, like, say Undertale was all written, composed, and developed by one guy, I'm sure he thought up or tried to develop, tens of hundreds of games before Undertale got big.
Yeah.
That just is what it is. So, it does take time, and it does take practice and patience, but everything does, if anything worthwhile doing anyways. So, that's where we gotta stop as an industry, I should say, as a community, a gaming community. Stop catering so much to the big corporate gaming peoples, because they don't, especially now we've talked about it before in other episodes, the advent of, microtransactions, microtransactions and DLC at first becoming something that's like, oh wow, my game can get even bigger and better. It just has led to a state of selling incomplete games. The gaming industry does not have your best interests at heart. Not anymore. They might have used to. Maybe even not. Maybe even now I'm giving them too much credit. But comparing gaming now, the way it is, to gaming 20 years ago, you could feasibly argue they had our best interests at heart as gamers. Again, not saying it'd be right, but you could still argue it way better than you could now. Okay, let's see. Oh, impact on gaming experiences. The lack of inclusivity within the gaming industry can have far-reaching consequences on the overall gaming experience. When games fail to resonate with a diverse audience, they lose their potential for broad appeal and cultural impact. In addition to restricting originality and creativity in game creation, a lack of representation can result in repetitive plots and stereotypical characters. That's gonna happen regardless.
Yeah.
It happens with the white protagonists. Like, I'm just like, So that's just going to happen in media regardless. If you want a little extra, a little spice in your soup, I guess, then yeah, put it in there yourself, or give more attention to indie developers that do create these games that cater to you, because I guarantee you now they exist, and when this article was released in 2023, they existed. So I'm not entertaining this. I'm not entertaining the rest of this article. I think I've said my piece on it.
Yeah.
The biggest problem in the gaming industry isn't any of what was listed in that article, in my opinion. It really wasn't. It is interesting that those are the issues that author tried to address, but I've said it before and I'll say it again. The biggest problem with the gaming industry is that the focus has moved so much to profitability over play value that so many games just aren't really worth it anymore. So I don't know, what are your final thoughts on this, Muffin?
It's definitely a one-sided article.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Like, when I skimmed it, I saw it was pretty biased and one-sided, but that was even worse than I thought, looking into it further.
Yeah, it's a lot.
They're literally missing the forest for the trees in that article, and
Yeah.
that's what a lot of people are... That's a problem in so many different facets of life nowadays that it's just... Again, we'd have to do like a whole deep dive in it, but I want to know y'all's thoughts. I want to know what you think of this article, what you think the biggest problem in the gaming industry is today, and I want you to let us know all of that on all of our socials, which can be found at linktree/GFA Entertainment. You'll find our shop there as well. You can get a necklace, a hoodie, mug, stickers. I got a GFAP sticker on my PlayStation. And yeah, I hope you enjoy our podcast. Listen to it on OFTV and YouTube. We are looking to expand. Gonna see what I can do about that. And if you just like hearing it live and seeing our streams, because a lot of stuff that makes it to OFTV and YouTube does get cut from the stream. A lot of stuff from the stream does get cut from the episode, I should say. I do host these on my channel, which all of my streaming links and all my other social links can be found at BrittRochelle.com or BrittRochelle.card.co.
And again, you can find all the extra links on linktree/MuffinSincere. All of it is directed between both of our pages and all of the socials. Please stop on by and check it out.
Please do. And until next time, thank you so much for watching and or listening to Ginger Force Apocalypse, the podcast. Keep fapping, folks.